Welcome back to Short Biz, and today we are going to discuss about class 10 CBSE short answer type question, which is of 3 marks. And the chapter that we are going to discuss is how do organisms reproduce. So these are, I've collected some most important questions which you can have in your exams. Let's start. Also, for your knowledge, I'd like you to know that these were the questions that did match in previous year questions. So let's begin. The first question that I found was, what is fertilization, and distinguish between external fertilization and internal fertilization? And what is the site of fertilization in human beings? Fertilization is defined as the fusion of a male gamete, which is sperm, with a female gamete and ovum or egg to form a zygote during sexual reproduction. So the answer is very simple for you. And the next thing that distinguish between external and internal fertilization, let's begin with external fertilization. The fusion of a male and female gamete occurs outside the body. Whatever the things are occurring, where it's happening, outside the body. Both individuals discharge their gametes outside the body. The thing that you have to keep in your mind is that things are happening outside the body of the male and the female as well. Development occurs outside the body, and here the example is frog. Now let's begin with the internal fertilization. Here the fusion of gamete occurs outside the body. Now in internal fertilization, only fusion occurs outside. Okay. Only the male discharges sperm into female genital tracts. Development occurs inside the body. What is happening? That fusion is happening outside the body, and that too in female body. Here example is human births, etc. The site of fertilization in human being is the fallopian tube of female reproductive system. Now that was the last question of this. Your 3 marks question will obviously be divided into 3 parts. Make sure to write each and every answer accordingly. Okay. The second question is, define the term unisexual and bisexual, giving one example of each. So unisexual is the plant whose flower contain either stamen or carpel, but not both. That is unisexual. Either means it will have either one of it, not both. Example, papaya and watermelon. Whereas bisexual is the plant whose flower contains both stamens and carpel. Example, hibiscus and mustard. The third question is, illustrate the following with the help of a suitable diagrams. Now diagrams are important part if you are studying biology. So it is regeneration in planaria and budding in hydra. I have drawn here. You can also get it in your book. Whatever you find easy, you can draw it. So just go ahead. So our fourth important question is, what is AIDS? I am repeating that this is one of the most important question. What is AIDS? So AIDS is the acquired immunodeficiency syndrome, and which microbe is responsible for AIDS infection? So viruses are responsible for AIDS infection. State one mode of transmission of this disease. Now AIDS, since it's viral, AIDS is transmitted by sexual contact with an infected person. Without these contact, it is not going to pass through one person to another. Last part is, explain in brief one measure for the prevention of AIDS. So in order to prevent, you need to avoid sexual contact with an infected person or by using condoms during sex. Fifth question is, write the full form of DNA. So the full form of DNA is deoxyribonucleic acid. Do memorize it for your future purpose also. Name the part of cell where it is located. So it is, since it's a genetic material found in chromosomes which are present in nucleus of a cell. Explain its role in reproduction of cell. So role of DNA in reproduction of cell, I'm going to explain you, but before that, it's better if you draw this representation like this. So let's know what's the role. So DNA plays an important role in the reproduction of a cell. The reproducing cell produces an identical copy of DNA through some cellular mechanism. The newly formed copy of DNA lacks an organized cellular structure. The cell gets divided to provide cell cover to newly formed DNA. Thus, two daughter cells are formed as a result of copying DNA. So that was all about the role of DNA. So the sixth question is explain the terms. Implantation. So implantation is the embedding of fertilized mammalian egg into the inner thick wall of the uterus where it will continue its development is called implantation. And the next one is placenta. Placenta, it is a complex double layer spongy vascular tissue in human female formed by the joint activity of maternal and fetal tissue in the wall of uterus that is meant for attachment, nourishment and waste disposal of for the fetus. What is the average duration of human pregnancy? So it is 40 weeks or 280 days. You can write either of it or both, it's better. So I'll end this 3-mark question with a last question, which is differentiate between self-pollination and cross-pollination. So let's go with self-pollination first. So self-pollination occurs within a flower or between two flowers of same plant. Flower do not depend on other agencies for pollination. Pollen grains are produced in small numbers. No waste of pollen grains occur and thus economical. The offspring produced are of the same genetic makeup, so purity of the race is maintained. Now in cross-pollination occurs between two flowers grown or different plant of the same species. Agents such as insect, water and wind are large pollinations. Pollen grains are produced in large numbers. Wastage of pollen grains occur and hence not economical. The offspring produced may show variation and differ in genetic makeup. So these are some important 3 marks question. Hope you study these questions. It will be beneficial as these were also previous year question. Thanks for watching the video. Do like, share, subscribe, hit the bell icon. Thanks for watching.